In this section of the tutorial, what we're going to do is add some additional features to further define the car body. So we'll start off by clicking on the planar face that I want to sketch on, and then from the mini toolbar, click on Create Sketch. Now let me zoom up on the geometry here. Now the first thing that I would like to do is draw a circle. So again, simply right click, and then from the marking menu, go ahead and click on Center Point Circle. I'm going to select basically where I want that to go. I want that to be 8 millimeters, so I'm going to type in 8 and enter. And we'll finish off that command, and you'll see down at the lower right hand corner 2 dimensions to go. So again, I'll start the general dimension command, and I want to place in a horizontal and a vertical. So we'll locate this 40 millimeters off the edge, and I also want this to be 8 millimeters high. So what I want to do next is exit out of the sketch. So finish 2D sketch. And again, let me zoom up on here. So what I want to do next is extrude this out. So again, select on the circle, create extrude from the dialog box. I'm going to select inside the circle for my profile. And then for the distance here, I want to first of all see what that looks like with 20. So I'll go ahead and I'll create that. So if I hold down the F4 key, you see that I can rotate my viewpoint around to see what it looks like. So while you're modeling, you may need to go back and make some changes here. So if I move my cursor and I select on the circular face, you'll notice that I have two options. I can edit the extrude or edit the sketch, and we'll start off by doing the sketch. And let me zoom back on this. And first of all, what I'd like to do is change the diameter. So I'm going to double click on the 8 millimeters for the diameter, and I want to change that to 6. Now what I like to do is exit out of the sketch. So when I do a right click, you'll notice I know exactly where the finished 2D sketch is, but let me give you a quick shortcut here. We can do this by doing a simple gesture, so by right click and drag, so I don't have to wait for that marking menu to appear. So now let's also go back and let's make an additional change here. Let's edit the extrude value. So again, from that mini toolbar, I want to change this value to 10. So I'll type in 10, go ahead and click on the green check mark for OK. And that change has been made. Now the next thing that I want to do is I want to go back and I want to place in a hole. Now to start up the hole command, we do have a couple different options. So here you can see from the modify panel, I could simply come up and click on hole, press the H key, or again from the right click menu, we have the hole option. Now in the dialog box here, I want to change the placement type to concentric. And for the plane, I'm going to start off at that top plane. So now what I need to do is define what that hole is going to be concentric to, and you can simply do that by selecting on the circular edge or the circular face. It doesn't matter. Let me move the mini toolbar out of the way. So again, a couple different options here for you. So what I want to do now is I want to change the termination to through all, and I want to change the diameter to 3. So now that hole will go all the way through. So again, I'm going to just press and hold down the F4 key so I can show you that the hole absolutely does go through. So next what I'm going to do is I want to pattern the extension that I just created. So from the pattern panel, I'm going to go ahead and click on the rectangular pattern command. And let me zoom up close here. And I want to select the extrusion that I did and also the hole. You'll see that they also get highlighted here in the browser. Click on the direction 1 arrow and zoom back so you can see what I'm going to do. I'm going to just select on that edge that defines that direction, and I'm going to change the value, the distance, to 140 millimeters. So as you can see, it is patterned back 140 millimeters. So the next thing that I would like to do is place in a few fillets. An easy way to do that is select on one of the edges that you would like to fillet, and then from the mini toolbar, click on Create Fillet. Now I would also like to place in that fillet on a couple additional edges here, so I'm going to select those two. Now after those are selected, I have a couple different ways to go back and change the radius. So if you wanted to, you can simply drag on the arrow, change its size visually, or from the mini toolbar, change its radius to 8, and then enter, and the fillets are created. So the last thing that we're going to do in this exercise is we're going to simply mirror the entire solid body to create the other half. So again, from the pattern panel, click on Mirror. And then from the Mirror dialog box, I'm going to select the option here to mirror the entire solid body. Now for the mirror plane, I'm going to go ahead and move my cursor back over the plane. And then I'm going to get the Select Other tool. I can select the bottom face. You can see that I get a preview showing what it's going to look like. Go ahead and click OK. And again, I'm just going to hold down the F4 key, rotate my viewpoint so I can see what it looks like. Now you can also change the perspective by selecting on the different vertices on the view cube if you would like. And lastly, I will save the file.